Hello and welcome. So today we're going to be building a Seiko mod with the NH35 movement with the presidential bracelet in stainless steel and this dial over here, the palm dial in green. So let's get started. So for this build we're going to use, of course, the presidential bracelet in stainless steel, the green palm dial which has the date window, the silver hands, and of course the NH35 automatic movement from Seiko. So first of all, let's open the movement. Let's get this out of the way. This one has the crown stamp. We're gonna be leaving it there, or let's take out the crown stamp from there and just placing it there for safekeeping. So now let's take a look at the movement. Let's take it out of here and let's wind it up. See if it works. The movement works perfectly. So now what we need to do is install the dial. Let's leave this here for safekeeping. Let's open up the dial. So this is our dial over here. Now let's see which one of these pins we need to remove. Take this. So I think it's gonna be, yeah. So we need this and this. So this is the right position for the dial to be. Now we don't need these two ones here, and we don't need the two ones down. So the twos have to go. All right, let's leave the movement out of here because we need to remove these. So we don't need these two and these two. Now let's take them out. So here we go. Now we have them removed. Here is another piece. Let's leave it there. Now let's remove the other two. So this one is done. And the fourth one is done too. Now what we need to do is we need to file them down and make them smooth. So for that one we're going to use our files. Now let's see which one we need. We need this one, the flat one. So let's take it out of there and let's start filing these down, making them flat with the back of the dial. Take your time, make it as flat as you can, and hold the dial good so that you don't damage it. That is very important. And now it is as flat as you can go. The other two now, if you have good files, it's going to be very easy. So I would suggest you invest in some good files. And I will leave the tools that I'm using inside the video description, so you can use the exact same one that I'm doing and you don't have to worry. Now this one is done. Let's dust it off. Now let's install the dial onto the movement. So 1, 2. Have one there, and all right, this one is a little bent from factory. So I need to bend it in place a little bit, just like this, so that I can install it. So now it's in there and here too. So now let's push it here, here, rotate and push so that it is firmly installed. Now let's take the dial out in the outer position, I mean the crown stem, and let's go to 12 o'clock, shall we? So that the watch is set. Let's see when the date is going to change. Then we know we are at 12 o'clock. I think I'm doing it the wrong way. Let's go this way and see. Now here we are, almost 12 o'clock. So here we are. Now let's leave this there. Place it inside the movement holder firmly. And now what we need to do is let's clean up the dial a little bit. It is looking amazing. So now let's open up the hands. Open up the hands. This side, right? Ooh, they're not. The second hand is stuck here. You don't want to touch it with the tweezers. You always want to touch it with the brake. And so this is what I'm going to do now. So now let's take out our pusher. So this is our pusher. And this is what we're going to do now. We're going to switch it like this. We're going to fish out our hand. Place it in the brake like this. And get a good grip on it and place it at 12 o'clock. So let's adjust it a little bit more. All right, now let's go to 6 o'clock. And you need to be dead center 6 o'clock, all right? So very, very center. Very, very center, because you don't want to have a watch that is not properly on time, you know? You want it to be nice and precise. And now go at 12 o'clock and just install it. So make sure it is really, really centered. Now you can push it in. Adjust for the hand to be horizontal. And now we can test the changing of the date. And that is good. 12 o'clock looks good. Now let's install the seconds hand. So seconds hand, let's get the seconds hand pusher. Here we go, the red one. And for this I'm gonna need my loop to see where I'm doing it. And I'm gonna move it like this. I have a better angle to view it. And let's go. Wasn't it? Need to flip it. I need some more light. Now let's bring the light down like this. And this on, and the light can stay like that. Now let's push it in firmly, and let's adjust it a little bit. Like that. Let's adjust it some more. We can take the Bragan off our hands now. Leave it there. Now it is leveled, clearance is perfect, and let's see if the watch is working. So let's take it out. So, and the watch is working perfectly, as you can see. You can wind it up, looking nice. We can change the date, everything is looking good. So now we need to flip this and leave it at our movement holder. Or no, before that we need to take out the crown stem. So let's put it in position number 1 where the watch is working. Flip it over. And actually what we need to do before this is we need to change out these because they have Bragan. So we don't wanna do anything with Bragan, you know. Everything needs to be very clean. So let's take new pair of these. All right, so now we have a new pair of those. Now we can continue. We need a little pin pusher like this, and we need to flip this over. And when the watch is working, you're gonna see here, wait, let me focus on camera. You're gonna see here a pin to push right here, right there. So apply pressure in the dial with your hand and just click this, and boom, just like that, it goes out. Now the watch is working. We can leave it here. So now what we need to do is we need to open up the bracelet. After opening up the bracelet, what we need to do is, well, let's take the sticker out first, right? Don't need this one. So we don't need that one. Now it's very difficult to get it off my hands. So now let's open up the case, take out the loop, take out the gasket here, and put it inside this gasket lubricant. All right. All right, now so should be like this because this is broken. Now let's put it in here and let's do this now. Let's just lube it up, lube it up, lube it up, lube it up, lube everything up nicely. You know, close it. We're gonna need that later. So now what we want to do is we want to clean up the dial inside, the case inside. But first of all, let's remove this plastic thing. We don't need that. Clean it up from the outside as well. And let's do this. Let's see if there's any dust inside. No. Let's take out the crown as well, put it there. Now let's place this. Now let's dust this off as well. Are the hands clean? Everything is clean, so we need to just dust it off and place this inside. So 3 o'clock, like that. So here we are. Now what we need to do is we need to take out the crown stem, screw it on the crown. And for this one, we are going to use the pliers. Screw it down tight. Place it inside the watch. Now it is in position number 1. And what we need to do is we need to measure how much we are going to cut it. So for that one, we're going to use our measurer. And as always, I'm going to leave links in the description for the tools I'm using. And now let's measure this. So well, I'm not seeing anything. Sorry, I'm working off camera, but I need a precise cut. So 6.1. All right, now I can explain what I'm doing. So what we need to do here is we need to measure from the end of the crown to this end of the head here. All right, to the end of this head, but leave just a little gap, like a 0.1. Leave 0.1 here so that you have a little gap to wind up the watch. Now let's get our pin pusher, small one. Let's take this out. Let's unscrew this. So we are unscrewing it. Leave that there, this here, don't need this, and that there. So let's place this like this. Can't see very well. So here we go. That should be good. Let's mark it. Get this out of the way. Get our cutters and something to cover up the stem with. Now let's place it under here. So here we go. Let's cover it up so that the pieces don't fly away. Let's get this, move it to the metal pieces, and here's our crown stem. So let's file this down. For that one, I'm going to use a regular nail file. Make sure you're filing the right side, and keep filing until it is smooth, until you don't hear those scratches, like those very bad sounding and feeling scratches, and it should be good. Now I will turn it a little bit, do it this side too. Now let's try. We can screw it down perfectly. And it should be a little bit hard to screw down, so that you want a good grip on this, so that this never loosens by itself, you know. You want this to stay inside the watch and never come off. So now we can, let's check if the movement is properly in. Push it a little bit. Seems like it's properly in. Now we can install the crown stem with the crown and perfect cut, and we can just push down and just screw it in place. So perfect cut with exactly how much space we need for it. Ooh, we don't want that inside, so sorry about that. Screw this down. Now we can dust this off. So, watch is working perfectly. Now what we need to do is we need to clean this up, the back of it. And now we can take our gasket that we lubricated. So let's install it. And it should look nice and shiny. You want it to be lubricated well, so that it is water resistant, all right? Seems to be in place. Now let's screw it down. Screw it super tight. Let's take a look at the watch. Looks very good. Let's put on the bracelet. And this watch should be completed. So the watch is done. Now, we cannot open it because it is very strong. So now let's fix that. Let's take our file that we used, the flathead one, and we need to do this here. We need to file here down the head. Make it a little bit easier to open. But be careful so that you don't damage the watch. So I did it a little bit. Still too hard. Very hard, very hard. So let's do it some more, but now vertically. Okay, now still too hard, still very hard. Shouldn't be that hard. Let's keep doing it until it is easier to close. This is a very tiresome process, but you have to do it. So, better still can't open it with the hand. Let's try it again, a little bit more. So, still very hard. Yeah, we're gonna need to do some more work. Let's try another file. Let's try this one. This looks to be interesting. So, again, it's super, wow, yeah, I cannot open it. Usually when I do this just a little bit, it's done. But this watch needs a lot. So strange. So, now it should be good. Still? Yeah. Yeah, that's way too hard to open. You know? It's getting easier and easier. Still very hard. Can I actually open it like this? I've grinded it down so much. It's ridiculous. I swear. It is really ridiculous. I grinded it down literally so much. So okay, it goes that. You need so much force. Shouldn't be that hard. Should be very easy to open. Let's continue. Let's see. Okay, now it's good. Now I can just close it, open it perfectly. Now let's put it on the wrist. So this is how the watch looks. It looks really good. I like it. And we can open it very easy. So took a little filing down, but now it's perfect. All right, and it has, yeah, has strength, everything. Looking good. Now let's remove some links so we make it fit. So one here, maybe one in the other side, and we will see how it fits. So see now. So we have this one going back in. Let's see. We can open it easy. And it's a bit too loose. One more on this side and this should be done. So two, let's check every screw if they're properly in place. All right, now the watch is completed and it is looking very, very nice. So this is it. I want to show you the watch one more time here. So this is gonna be it. I'm gonna do it slow. So this is the watch. Take a look at the back with the NH35 movement, looking nice. Here we go. One more time like this, right? The presidential bracelet, as always, is looking amazing. The dial really fits. It's a really nice watch. It's like a very interesting, nice watch. So this is it. It is looking phenomenal. In the hand, in the wrist, it is looking absolutely stunning. So thank you for watching and see you in the next video.